Thank you, Yogi, for this discussion. Thank you, Anouk, for a great summary. And of course, thank you all who are still with us in this closing plenary, all who've been with us over those 3 days, and everyone who is also taking their time and is watching this closing plenary. In the days, weeks, or months, or even years to come. So thanks for making this event great. It's been truly historic event, first online conference of MyData, and of course, first online event on this scale that we organized. And this morning when I woke up, I realized that, well, it's 12 December. And it was exactly 9 months ago, on 12th of March, when the world just got crazy. Finland announced the emergency state. I remember leaving this office with this feeling of like that the world is ending. And of course, in a way, the world we knew has ended, and so did, of course, all our plans for regional events. We intended to bring MyData closer to you. We intended to bring MyData to the regions, and some of you might still remember that we had plans for big events in Asia, Europe, Africa, and Latin America. Well, the world got crazy, so that didn't work out. But still, some new opportunities emerged. I hope we all can benefit from those opportunities. Professionally and privately, that we found or are finding our way to navigate through this new normal, through the collaboration across the borders, across the sectors. And of course, one of those opportunities was this online event, truly connecting us, despite the fact that we cannot be together in one place. It was really a pleasure and a privilege to organize this conference that brought together almost 600 people from more than 50 countries, and some countries represented for the very first time. And well, despite the fact that we really couldn't be together and shake hands and share emotions, still amazing that we managed to expand our community. We brought people from countries like Myanmar, Venezuela, many European, other countries. Also, you see on this map, New Zealand, together for those 3 days, and the program running really around the clock. So that all wouldn't be possible without you, the participants, but also our great sponsors, companies and organizations that believe in us, trusted us. Many of you knew us from the 4 on-site conferences in Helsinki, but none of us could really think how the online conference will work out. But still, you decided to support us, and we are really, really grateful for that. So this wouldn't be possible without Streamer, Sitra, Ministry of Transport and Communications of Finland, Fujitsu, Vastu Group, Entity Data, Ministry for Foreign Affairs, VTT, Inter-American Development Bank, Enfuse, Esatus, NGI DAPSI, Solita, DigiMe, Demos Helsinki, NGI, Open and Agile Smart Cities, City of Helsinki, Tactical Tech, Access Now, Technology Industries of Finland, ValueSoft, Fern Smart, Forum Virium, Finnish Center for Artificial Intelligence, Green Willow, and Helsinki Institute for Information Technologies. Thank you so much for your support. And of course, we hope to continue collaboration in the future. And of course, all this wouldn't be possible without a great team of MyData Global, a great team that made this conference possible. So here on the stage is with me Temu, who is general manager of MyData Global. You know him very well. And in the conference, he led the partnerships. Sila, joining us in Tallinn, was not able to come even this 80 kilometers to Helsinki. Did amazing job with bringing this huge program, huge, rich and high quality program together. Ansko took care for the communication with our partners, with all of you, together with Frika, who also made sure that the international media know about us and heard about us. And Heidi joined us a couple of months ago for this incredible ride and made everything possible to bring the group of wonderful and committed volunteers together. And about the program, we had more than 250 presenters in 8 plenaries, multiple breakout sessions, open space, demo lunch session, also info events and social events. And I will pass here to Sila to tell us a bit more about those who made it possible.
If you could go back one of the slides, thank you. And hi everyone from my side as well. I want to really take this minute to say a big thank you to all of those more than 250 presenters and those great thought leaders who have put together such a rich program. All of those presenters were joining us from all around the world, some during comfortable times, some losing sleep over this program because there were some weird session times. And this is really amazing how you actually invest your time and energy into this. Many of those presenters or I should say you, as you're still in the audience, have been interacting with the MyData Global organization and the community for some time in the past. But I'm also confident in saying that this online conference has really given the chance to engage with more experts from really different parts of the world and across different fields of expertise than ever before. And we're really inspired by the work that you're doing, that in our views goes very well with the slogan of MyData, make it happen and make it right, that you see on the slide there. So I want to say that you are very much appreciated for the work that you're doing and have been sharing with us during the past 3 days. So as Yogi was mentioning, that it's also been really quiet somehow. So I would ask you to unmute your microphones and join me in giving a round of applause to all of those 250 presenters.
Thank you.
So to make MyData happen and make it right, as well as to make the program happen and make it right, it really needs a collective effort. So there's a very special group of people who are our superstars of this program, the session organizers. They have been curating the sessions, supporting their session hosts and presenters to bring forward the content that you've got to enjoy during the past 3 days. So again, also for the session organizers, could we make a round of applause?
You have super reactions.
Thank you. As you've already started to see from everybody involved in putting this conference together, it really takes a village to raise a child. And this conference, of course, has been a child for us. And while I carried the role of the program lead, had the pleasure to work with Mehdi, Vivi, and Yogi in the last months in putting our heads together to really think how we can deepen the thought leadership in MyData as well as widen it. So I want to thank Mehdi, Vivi, and Yogi for that. If Carolina can put the next slide, also together with the program stewards in the early days of this program development, when we had loads of program stewards helping to review the call for proposals and shape the content that you've seen during this conference. So yeah, thank you for everyone who have been investing their time and energy into this. I hope that this is a continuation and the start of many more collaborations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sila, for bringing all those superstars to our attention. And but as Sila said, it takes a village. It takes the global village to make this conference going. And it wouldn't be possible without a group of people who assisted, who were part of the production team. And here my special thank you go to Tarmo, Lucas, Heidi, Ranjit, Sala, Esko, Tanya, Dasha, Evelina, and Zizi, who made sure that this event is really running smoothly, that everything is on time, everything is visible. And it's really incredible that, I hope nothing major will happen in the next 1 hour, 20 minutes. But I think it's pretty incredible that we really didn't expect a major technical problem. And this is really thanks to Tarmo, Lucas, and Heidi, who are working really around the clock to make sure that GICO is running smoothly. So big thanks to this group of all the people who help us to to make this an incredible experience. Right, but we also had a group of volunteers and room assistants without whom we wouldn't make it possible. Many of you asked, like, when will be the recordings available? And those people made sure that the recordings will be available, that we actually have those recordings ready. And I will read all the names of our wonderful volunteers and room assistants, also joining us from different parts of the world, from Venezuela to Malaysia, Cameroon, and this is truly amazing that we managed to do it on that scale. Abel, Patrick, Jorge, Joanna, Francesca, Erika, Tatiana, Vrikson, Vera, Mariam, Michael, Isaac, Julie, Catherine, Leah, John, Len, Vladimir, Evelina, Dasha, and John. Also, big thank you to you. Woo! And huge thanks also to our board of directors, Sarah, John, Paul Olivier, Julian, Christina, Matt, Charlie, Katrina, Yogi, and our steering group, Ignacy, Chris, Yana Sinipura, Magdi, for your active engagement in the conference. But that's not everyone. We also have the newcomer, like the newcoming board, the board of directors that was recently elected, and all those people were also extremely active. They were hosting the sessions. They were hosting also the slots in the MyData Global booth. So big thanks to Christoph, Charlie, Dixon, Paul Olivier, Katrina, Yogi, Christina, Yong Kun, Chris, Bo, and Marcel. So you start formally in January, but of course you're You've done incredible job for the community, also before and then. Right. Whew. So again, huge thank you. And think like, okay, so what's next? Except that good night's sleep and some rest. Well, I would invite you to help us evaluate this experience. This was an experiment, something we've done on this scale for the very first time. So you can either go to online 2020 MyData.org/feedback form, or you can go to the lobby and find this feedback form in one of the tab, fill this in, and let us know, how did you like it? What worked? What would you improve better? Thinking that, well, we might meet in person next year, but maybe we will still have to meet or won't meet online. And of course, follow us on social media and on Slack for the news about the events and training sessions next year. We will, of course, we have some plans for next year, and then they were also released during our autumn general meeting. But also, well, the situation is dynamic, and we want to hear from you how this online event go, and we want to see what's possible based on, of course, global situation. So follow us to know what the plans, the concrete plans are. And while there is also some social events that didn't take place during the conference because the program was so full, but we definitely want to invite you in mid-January, later in January, for a bit of community gathering, something where we can have some fun together. And now, while we are ending the 2020 on a high note, to start also 2021 together. So maybe with that, I will then pass to Teemu to tell us what else can we do to stay in touch with MyData.
Thanks, Karo, and thanks everybody. Karo told me today, I want 3 sentences from you. Maybe I will take the privilege of, say, 13 sentences at max. So make sure that you keep in touch with us, engage after this conference as well. You know the MyData Declaration, please sign it. The MyData papers and resources available. The Slack now with 2,400 plus people. Please stay tuned and be active there. And of course, if you appreciate what we are doing, if you believe in the human-centric approach to personal data, join MyData as a member. You can join as an individual or as an organization, and it's vital to our mission that we get people and organizations on board. And maybe just 2 more short things before I pass back to you, Karolina. So I think Yogi alluded to 2016, and this is the shirt that I'm wearing from that time. At that stage, when we did the first conference, we did not know what we were doing. It was one big, massive experiment. And over the years, we learned a little bit about how to do physical events. This year kind of brings us back to 2016. In a tough year, it has been blood, sweat, and tears for I think everybody and for the staff as well. So from my behalf, a huge thanks, and huge thanks to the partners who came along for the ride, believed in this, believed in the trust, and trusted us that we can do something interesting. And as we've heard a lot from great academics, great experts, and good quotes, things that we will resonate. I will not bring any more from that perspective, but maybe something different that came to mind this morning. So we had the first session with the hub leaders, and indeed, I must say I was crying a little bit because I was missing so much hugging people and having a cup of coffee, having a couple of beers, and that was quite painful actually, and reminded me of one of my heroes coming totally from a different space, from the world of punk rock, Joe Strummer, who famously said at one point that it's time to put humanity to the center of the ring and follow that for a while. Without people, you're nothing. And I think that resonates to me very much, the vibe here. So thanks everybody for personally, on a very personal level, to take part, dedicate your time, take time away from your family or work to join and engage with us. So huge thanks to everybody. And back to you, Carol.
Oh, thank you so much. But well, this sounds now we are on this very high note and being probably emotional. But we are here. We are in all this together, and so we still want to bring you some joy and something. Some moment of being connected. So if you can, don't disconnect. Stay in this. Call this main stage. We have social event. Well, we call it grand finale with live music. We have Marta joining us live for the Zoom concert. I will shortly give the floor to Dasha, to my colleague Dasha, to introduce Marta, and of course Marta to introduce herself. But before that, I would like to have a bit of moment of like, you know, celebration and fireworks, and really, you know, celebrating this moment together. And again, thank you all so much.